Chapter 1. The states of Syracuse and Ephesus were enemy states. Hence, there was a cruel law in the state of Ephesus, stating that if a merchant of Syracuse was seen in Ephesus, he would be put to death unless he paid 1,000 marks for the ransom of his life. Aegeon, an old merchant of Syracuse, was seen in the streets of Ephesus, and brought before the duke, either to pay the fine or receive the death sentence. But Aegeon had no money to pay the fine. So the duke had to order him a death sentence as a rule. But before giving the sentence, the duke asked him to tell the story of his life and the reason for his being in Ephesus. Aegeon said that he was not at all afraid of death, as his pain and sufferings had made him tired of life. He also told that there was not a heavier task for him than to relate the incidents of his unfortunate life. Still, he began to narrate his story. I was born at Syracuse and was brought up to be a merchant. I married a lady and lived happily. But some time later, I was obliged to go to Epidamnum, and had to stay there for 6 months. I was to be there for some time more, so I called my wife to that place. Soon, there she gave birth to 2 boys who were exactly alike in appearance. They were so similar that they could not be differentiated from one another. At the same time, a poor woman who was lodged there also gave birth to twins who were very similar in appearance. As their parents were extremely poor, I bought these twins to attend upon my sons. My sons grew to be fine boys and my wife was proud of them. She, however, wanted to return home. I, at last, agreed. We set out for home. It was a bad day because a violent storm soon arose, and it grew so terrible that the sailors, seeing no chance of saving the ship, escaped in a boat, leaving us alone. We feared that the ship could be destroyed any moment. My wife and children wept continuously. Seeing them weep, I feared for their life. All my thoughts were bent on contriving means to save them. I thought of a plan trying to save our lives. I bound my younger son and the younger slave to a spare mast and likewise directed my wife to do the same with the elder ones. Then, we tied ourselves up to the respective masts along with the children. She took care of the elder ones and me of the younger ones. Soon the ship hit a mighty rock and split to pieces. Clinging on the slender masts, we were supported above the water. I, having the care of the 2 children, could not help my wife. They were separated from me and drifted away further. But while they were still in sight, I saw them to be taken aboard on a boat of fishermen, maybe from Corinth. Seeing them safe, I then struggled to save the 2 children, who were under my care, and after a while,